Israel Alevi. I think it's too low, no?
Huh.
Torah Nun Dalet. Okay, we're starting Torah Nun Dalet. You see the flowers in the...
Yeah, a little bit. You want to see them or not?
No.
Can you move it? Over here. That's good.
Okay, so we learn for Leilui Nishmat, Names of Hashem Alevi, and for Tzlacha, for the Chosn, yeah, and the Kala,
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, and all this. So Torah Nun Dalet is one of the teaching Rebbi Nachman teaches us about the imagination. There are 7 names that the Gemara calls the Yetzer. Yeah? Yetzer, Ra, Even. And after Rabbi Nachman finished saying one of the Torah was speaking about the imagination, he said now the name of the Yetzer is imagination. Koach HaMedameh. Now this is the name of the Yetzer. Because this is now the time of the Medameh. There was never a time like now. You know, all the advertising, all the instruments, you know, that we have outside that imagine things. Like you go into a movie, you see a whole life in 2 hours, in 1 hour. Yeah? Or you have this sidor, you know, that every week you have a part.
Right.
Yeah? And it's a big story, but it never happened. It's only imagination. It could happen, but it never happened really. Yeah? So this is the time.
It's a fantasy.
A fantasy, yeah, exactly. So Rabbeinu saw it 200 years ago, before there was a movie, before there was a car, before there was an airplane, before... It's all... This is the problem of our generation. But for sure it's a problem for many generations before. And this is the work we have to we're going to do on this Torah. If we look on the it's the 8th name. The 8th Sphira is the Sphira of Binah. And when you count from down, up. It's the Sphira of Binah. And there's 2 ways to count the spheres. One, you count it with the Keter, and one, you count it without the Keter. Because you have to count only 10 spheres. So without the Keter is Da'at. With the Keter is Binah. What's the difference between Chokhmah and Binah? When we look Chokhmah, Binah, Da'at. This is the 3 highest spheres. Yeah? Except for the Keter that is... The Keter is like the middleman between the high world and the world above it. So, Chokhmah is what I learned from my Rabbi. Yeah, I get information. Yeah, I go to a mathematics course. I get information. Binah is when I understand from this information something new. I give birth to something new, and this is the point where you can make mistakes, where the imagination can confuse you. Why? Because if the teacher says, you see this building is a school. I know this building is a school, no problem. See this building? This is a house. People live in this house. Okay, understand? See this building? This is a
hospital.
Hospital, no, for horses. Yeah?
A barn.
A barn. This is a barn. Yeah? Okay, and I know. Now I want to... Okay, if this is a barn, if this is the place where horse live. So sheep live in. I want to understand from the way the horse lives to the sheep. I can have a mistake. If I don't know it, I can have a mistake. This is a place I can make mistakes. If this is a living house that someone lives in there, so it's a middle class living house. Okay, so if this is a house of the middle class, I imagine what is the house of the rich man. I can make a mistake. I can think it's like a palace of the king. I can think it's too low. Too high or too low. This is where the imagination comes and can confuse me and make problems. The same when you learn, or more than this, when you learn spiritual things. Yeah, when you learn spirit. So when I got from my rabbi, there's 10 spheres, and each world has 10 spheres, and each sphere in itself has his 10 spheres, and each man has the 10 spheres. Okay, but if I want to try and think out of it something, okay, if we have 10 spheres, it means that the tzaddikim, the big tzaddikim, have hundreds. I didn't get it from my rabbi, right. So I can make mistakes. Yeah. But when Rebbi Nachman finished this Torah, he said, now I gave you the teaching how to light Hanukkah lights, Hanukkah candles. And now I gave you a pure imagination that you can learn Torah and understand the right thing out of it. Each one in his level. What is Hanukkah? Hanukkah, we light these candles after we had the big fight with the Greek, yeah, and the Greek wanted us to change our religion, change our belief. So the Greek nation is called the Choshech, the dark. So we light the candles to light in the dark, and this is the place where the Bina comes, when it's dark and I don't understand, I have to understand something out of what I know, yeah? So I want to understand something in the darkness. It's very hard to find your way in the darkness, but after this Torah, we can find our way in the darkness. So this is this Torah. Okay. Bezrat Hashem. And don't forget, we come to this Torah out of Resh Pei Bet, out of the Torah that we learned before, to find a good point in every man, in everything, in every situation. So we will look on this Torah like this. I thought, if Abraham was here, he could teach us more, because what I had in my imagination was the martial arts, or when you learn one of the kind of the fighting, the Chinese or the Japanese.
Or Krav Maga.
Yeah. So you have it's two movements. One is that I move myself away from my enemy. I have a defense, and the best defense is if he cannot touch me at all. Not that I have to defend myself and put my hand and he will hit my hand instead of hitting my face. The best defense is if he doesn't touch me at all. Mm-hmm. So this we learn in Resh Pei Bet, because I judge favorably everyone, so he cannot touch me. Mm-hmm. But here I'm going to learn the attack, because here I have to go into the darkness and find there what Hashem wants out of me. Amazing. Yeah? So it's two movements. I have these two movements. Yeah? The one that I have the defense that no one can touch me, and the second is after no one can touch me, then I can go into the darkness and find what Hashem wants me to get out of this darkness. Be'ezrat Hashem. Okay, I'm right, Avram? Yes. אוקיי. אוקיי, ויהי מקץ 2 ימים ופרעה חולם, והנה עומד על היאור, והנה מן היאור עולות 7 פרות וכו'. Another, I want to say another הקדמה, how do you say,
Introduction.
Okay, before, there's two kinds of lessons. One is that I read, I understand what I understand, and I go on. The second is when you start going inside the Torah. So, really what we want to do is go inside the Torah. But I have the limits of the language and the limits of my brain and the limits that we have here. So we do something in between. Yeah? But first of all, I want to move and start reading the beginning and then go back and start learning, going into the deeper level of this part. So, ויהי מקץ 2 ימים ופרעה חולם, והנה עומד על היאור. It's a part from ספר בראשית, when Yosef HaTzadik is in jail, and then Paro has a dream. And in his dream, he sees the cows coming out of the river, yeah? And first of all, he saw the fat cows, and then he see the skin cows. Then Yosef HaTzadik tells him in the beginning they're going to be
plenty, years of plenty.
Years of plenty, food, and we are going to be rich. And then they're going to be the bad times, the hard years. This is the first pasuk from the Torah that Rabbeinu is going to speak about it, and is not going to finish explaining this pasuk. The second pasuk he takes is from Tehillim, from David HaMelech. Hashem Elokai gadalta me'od. Hashem, you are very big. Hod ve'hadar lavashta. You dressed yourself with beauty and fear.
Ota orka salma. Ota orka salma.
Ota orka salma, yeah, and you dressed yourself with light. Note shamayim ka'yiriyah. Yeah, that you build the sky like a tent above our head. And this is 2 psukim. Usually, Rebbi Nachman takes one pasuk or one saying from our sages, yeah? But now we took 2. Okay. כי צריכים לשמור מאוד את הזיכרון. You have to keep very good your memory. You have to keep it, to protect it, very good. שלא ייפול לשכחה, that you won't fall into forgetfulness. Wow. בחינת מיתת הלב. What is forgetfulness? Is the death of the heart. Like we can see people that are living here and they speak and they say many clever things, but the heart is dead. How do you feel someone that his heart is dead? He cannot feel you. He can speak very nice things and he can give you very nice ideas, you know, but he's teaching you what is good for him. I did A, B, and C, so it's good for you. He cannot feel me. He doesn't have the heart to feel me. Why? Because he forgot. What did he forget? לזכור תמיד בעלמא, what you have to remember, עיקר הזיכרון, the main point of memory is to remember always the world to come. עלמא דעתי. שלא יהיה בדעתו חס ושלום, he won't think in his mind, חס ושלום, שאין עולם אלא אחד, that there's only this world. There's two worlds, the world to come and this world. And the world to come is spiritually, only spiritual. And this world is physical and spiritual. Why? Because the word is itself, the word to come. Yeah? In Hebrew and in Aramaic, it's the coming word. You can say it also in English. The coming word, right? What does it mean, coming word? It's coming all the time. Depends on you. As strong that you remember the word to come, the coming word, is coming to you. So it means I can live this physical life with the word to come, with the word that is coming here to me all the time. And then, after 120, when I go there, I said, wow, this is it. Yeah? Because now I can only feel it. I can have the feeling. But I don't see it. But after I will take off this dress of the body, and I will have only my pure soul, I could see it with the soul, the eyes of the soul can see the spiritual world. כן. ועל מה שמדבק מחשבתו בעלמא דעתה, על ידי זה נעשה ייחוד השם אלוקי הנעל. And by sticking his thought to the world to come, to the coming world, yeah, then he brings together these two names, Hashem Elokai, that is in the pasuk from Tehillim. Hashem Elokai, Gadalta Meod. Hashem is the name, is Yud Ke Vav Ke, is the name of mercy, of rachamim, of spreading out.
Expansiveness.
Yes. I'm not going to try.
Okay.
Right? And Elokai, Elokim is the name of the Din.
Chesed versus Gevurah.
Huh?
Chesed and Gevurah.
Chesed and Gvura, but here we use the word Din. The Din is what the judgment.
Yeah, judgment.
Yeah, the judgment. Why we use this word judgment? Because judgment is the border up to here. Yeah, like for example, someone stole something and he came over to the judge. Yeah, the judge not only says you are guilty, but he also said what is your punishment. It means up to now you lived like you wanted. But from now on, one can go to jail, one will have to work for the public, one will have to pay a fine. Yeah? So if it's a small fine, it's only a small border, okay, but if it's a big fine, and he says to the judge, please, I cannot give $100,000. It's too much for me. Please, let me pay it monthly. And the judge is okay with him. He says to me, okay, you can pay it monthly. Yeah, $5,000 a month. It's a lot of money. Yeah, so he has to work harder. So he's limited. The din, the judgment, gave him the limit up to here. That's how you have to live. From now on, you have to live. This is this world. This world is din. Is all the time is limited. I am limited because my soul is dressed in my body. I am limited. The soul is limited, and the soul is my main part. This is the difference between a man and an animal. But a man has a higher soul, a different altogether soul. And it's limited in this body. So when we connect our thought to the world to come, I don't know, if I can speak like this, the coming word, yeah, it's easier, it's closer to the Hebrew and the Aramaic that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai spoke the Aramaic, Yeah, so the coming world, if I, all the time I think about the coming world, there is a coming world. Whatever I do has to do not only with this limited world, but also with the world to come. I'm eating, I'm not an animal. I'm not just eating. Polite or not polite, with the right manners or without the right manners. You know, I am doing a spiritual work when I'm eating. There's part of soul, lower soul than I am, yeah? And now I take this part of the lower soul and put it in my body. It becomes part of me. Now for example, I took a carrot, a cucumber. It's a vegetable. It's a very low soul, but I ate it, it became a man. I ate an animal, a chicken or a cow or whatever. The chicken or the cow became human. It's work. I have to understand. This is work. It's not. Okay, I'm eating, I'm enjoying it. Having fun. No, it's not only having. Yeah, you can enjoy it. I'm not saying no. Yeah, and maybe you should enjoy, because when you enjoy, and you get
pleasure.
Huh?
Pleasure.
I get pleasure from what I eat. I give it its right value, and I can think about it. Oh, now it's sweet. Sweet is Chesed. Now it's sharp, Harif. Yeah, Harif is Gvura. So now I'm working to take this part of this food I'm eating. This part is going to the Chesed. This part is going to the Gvura. This part is going to the Tiferet. Yeah, each part is going somewhere. It's a hard job. It's a hard job because the body is very close to the nature, and it's much quicker to enjoy the food and that's it than to use my brains and remember there's the coming world and he's here, the coming world. Yeah? And when I feel this taste and I enjoy this taste and I think, okay, I don't know all the parts of the taste. I know sugar is gvura, I know harif is sugar is chesed and harif is gvura. This is what I know. All the rest, I believe that each kind of taste has a sphere that belongs to this taste. And the combination of all the taste in this special food, yeah, like you take a cucumber with pepper. So the cucumber is
Harah.
Yeah, it's not a strong taste.
Right.
It has some kind of taste, water. Yeah, the water taste. Maybe it also belongs to the chesed. And the pepper, for sure, it belongs to the gvura. So it's a mixture, but it's not the same mixture as you take one of the Sfaradi harif.
Right.
It's different mixture, because like me for
Wasabi.
For me, I get fire goes out of my ears, if I eat it. So it's different, but it's the same family. So I cannot say, I know exactly. But I know I'm doing work here. I have some work here. So I'm doing my work in my level. If it's a Talmid Chuchem, that he knows not only the Pshat, also the Kabbalah, so he can think on each taste where it comes from and where it goes to.
Is that why Rebbi Nachman warns us to be careful about mashka? Because mashka can twist our imagination.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, from this reason, yeah. He said, little is also good, but with drinking alcohol, only little is good. And what was little? Yeah? When Rabbi Nathan and Rabbi Naftali stood, so he gave them a vodka or one of in the cup, in the
Little.
the
lid.
the lid of the bottle. So Rabbi Nathan looked at him like this, you know. What is this, you know? And it's for two of us. Yeah. So he said. So then he said, you know, in alcohol, only little is good. Okay. But you know, there's other Hashem. Okay. Ki Hashem Elokim. Let's read a little bit more. Ki Hashem Elokim, it comes in commas, you know. Ki Hashem Elokim hu b'chinat Shem Maleh, is the full name. Hashem Elokim, this is the full name of Hashem. Like in the story of the creation of the world, along the creation, there was only mentioned the Shem Elokim, the din, the limit. When Hashem finished the creation, it says, "B'yom bura Hashem Elokim, shamayim va'aretz." Yeah, when Hashem finished, Hashem Elokim finished. It's the full name. Yeah, because you have to know, in every limit, there's the Chesed, there's the Rachamim, there's the mercy. Yeah, in every limit. If Hashem gave you a limit, this is exactly what is good for you. Yeah, you know, I must be a millionaire. Yes? So why you are not? Because Hashem decided this is your limit of the money. You will be a rich man, he will be a millionaire, this will be a poor man, this will be in this madrega of poorness, and this will be in this madrega of richness. You know, each one will have his exact limit that is good for him to connect the physical and the spiritual world together and live it here in the life. And it goes everywhere. Okay, so Hashem Elokim.
So let me just stop you for a minute there. So you shouldn't pray for more parnasa?
You should pray for more parnasa. It's good for you. Yeah, it's good for you. The more parnasa you have, the more tzedakah you can give.
True.
It's good for you. Because when you give, yeah, you open your soul. When you don't give, you close it. So I want a big parnasa that I can give a lot. That's why I want a big parnasa. Okay, but you know, the imagination fools you. Yeah? A man thinks, you know, I will have a big parnasa, I will give a lot of tzedakah. And when he comes to the big parnasa, he says, no, it's not the big parnasa I meant. You know? It's now like I have $5,000 a month, you know? You get to $10,000 a month. You know, no, it's not enough because I have to keep on the side for when I be old, and I have to keep on the side for my kids. Okay? So he's working, and then he gets to $15,000 a month. So, now it's the time to give tzedakah with, 2 hands and... No, now I got older, so I have also ainikers, I have grandchildren. I have to take care of them also, I cannot give out to everybody. Yeah? So every time he has some excuses why, so you have to start giving now. Before you have the big parnasa, give. First of all, you have to give. Then, whatever Hashem wants, because the real money that you have is what you gave away. It's the real money that you have, nobody can take it from you. The mitzvah, nobody can take it from you. So this is the real money, because the world to come, the coming world, this is the real world. This is one. And second, when you get poor and then you want to give, you cannot give, you can, comfort yourself, Baruch Hashem, when I had, I gave. Because if it's time, if it's time to, that you had enough of the money, Hashem decided you had enough, so you had enough. I think this storm, the Sandy storm, it gave a big lesson to many rich people, that everything was okay, in one time. He had nothing. So what does it mean he had nothing? At the moment, I heard one of the stories, that one guy calls his friend. The water came into the basement. So he tells him, come over. He didn't want to leave the house. And the water went higher. He said, look, come over to me, And he didn't want, he couldn't leave the house, until the water, he said, if I'm staying here, so it's the end. So he went to his friend. So at the time he's in the water, he has nothing. Okay, he has money in the bank, he has another car, he can buy himself, he fix his house, but in this moment, if you're a clever man, you can think, there's a balabait. Someone else is the owner of my money, of my house, of my kids, of my life. There's someone that is higher than me, that he's the owner of all the world. If you're clever. And then he says, wow, this time, I had some damage, I take out 200,000, 1 million, who cares, I have 100 of millions. So I take 1 million and fix it again. But if you're clever, you understand, now I can give away. It's the time to give away. We can go into this subject. This is the real test. Where do you live? You live here in the physical world, or you live in the
infinite world?
In the infinite world, in the spiritual world. Where do you live? Is how strong you are connected to the money. Because the money is the main confuser in this world. Because he's thinking, I can buy everything with the money. But really, whoever has the money, he knows that
can't buy what the important things
you cannot buy love. You cannot buy
health.
You cannot buy. There's things that you cannot buy. Humanity you cannot buy. Poor man, he has a friend. His friend is his friend. Rich man has his friend. He never knows.
I know.
You never know. Maybe he's my friend only because he wants me to give him money, or to give him a job, or to give him a loan, or whatever. It's very difficult. It's very hard. But if he will learn Resh Pei Bet, that is rich man, so he can live good life also. And if he will learn Resh Pei Bet and Nun Dalet, he will have for sure good life. So this is the full name: mercy and Din and judgment. The two names together. The mercy, the Rachamim, the good feeling, the Chesed, and the judgment. This is the full name, and this is the full life of each one of us, that we have to live mercy, giving out, but with a limit. Why? Because if you give too much, it's also too much. You cannot give a baby to a steak.
Or a car.
Or a car, yeah. And you cannot give an adult, to let him live on milk. So I have to know how much to give, and when is the limit, and where is my limit? Where is the right, real limit? Not the limit that because I'm stingy and I'm holding my hand like this, yeah? And not the limit over the limit, that you give, like the halacha says, if you want to give, the most you can give out of your money is 20%. More than this, you are risking yourself in losing your basic economic situation, and then you will have to ask money from others. And I don't want this to happen. I want you to stand on your own feet. So if you have the money already, 20%. You get 10 shekel a week, a month, whatever. Yeah, you can take 2 shekel out. This is 20%. Like this in every amount. Okay, so 2 shekel you can give. 20 shekel, okay. 200 shekel. Okay. 2,000. It's hard. 20,000. Wow, 20,000. It's a lot of money. But you get 200,000 in order to take this 20,000 out, right? But it's hard. It's hard. If we think about it, we can understand rich people. Because when you make 2,000 shekel a month and you give 200, what is 200? Anyway, I cannot do anything with it. But 20,000, it's a lot. And it's hard. It's very hard to do it. This is rich people problems. It's hard problems. Okay, כמובן. לכן מדובר בסבא דמשפטים, and this we'll learn in סבא דמשפטים, it's in the Zohar. דע שירותה דממותה, סליקו דמחשבה בעלמא דעתה. השם המלא, it's the beginning, the full name is the beginning of the Emunah. And really, it's the beginning of the Emunah and the rise of the thought and the world to come, the coming world. If I live like this, that I have the limit, first of all, we have to understand it's a very, very hard job to find the right limit in everything I'm doing. Everything I'm doing, there's a limit. It's nothing is open. Everything I do, I have to think, where's the limit? So, as a mother to a kid, as a father to a kid, I understand it very good. But as a owner of myself, as a father of myself, as the mother of myself, it's very hard. And it goes all over. I want to pray. I want to pray all day. Okay, it's very nice of you. We appreciate it, but you have to do other things also. You have to live, you have to eat, you have to dress, you have to take care of your family, you have to go to work. There's many, many other things. So what happens if someone wants to pray all day or learn Torah all day? And he has to go to work. So there's two options. Okay, I have to go to work. I'm going to work. Forget the Torah, forget the praying, forget everything. Or I go to work, but I always live in my heart. I want really to learn. I want really to pray. I want really to be connected to the spiritual world. So when I have the chance to take it, the spiritual world, I jump on it. So then my hour, it doesn't worth an hour of learning of davening. It worth all these 8 hours that I had to work. Because all these 8 hours that I had to work during this day, I was waiting and wishing and hoping and, for the time that I will have my spiritual food. So then I eat it, I eat good. And I digest it good also. It goes inside of me good.
So when a person has an addiction, that's when they forget everything.
Yeah.
They forget.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to deal with the limits.
Right. They didn't give themselves a limit. The main addiction that we are addicted to is to ourselves. I'm addicted to take care of myself and nothing else. And it's very hard to get out of it, because I must take care of myself. It's part of life. I have to take care of myself. So, there's a limit also for this. You have to take care of yourself, but if Hashem won't help you to take care of yourself. It won't help you. Nothing will help you. You know? So I have to take care of myself and pray, God, please help me take care of myself. You take care of me also. I'm not alone here. So there's a limit. Up to here. I'm taking care. Now there's a mitzvah. Someone is sick. I have to go and visit him in the hospital. And I know this is my turn. Out of all the friends, we made hours, and this is my hour. And it's raining. I can get wet. I can get cold. Okay, take an umbrella, put a coat on yourself, and go. So I take care of myself up to where I can take care of myself. But from here, Hashem has to take care of it, because you can go out and the car goes by through a puddle, and wash. You get wet and you can catch cold, So if Hashem helps me, so I get over it, and if not, Hashem Yerachem. Okay. Another sentence. ובחינה זו לזכור תמיד בעולם הבא, and this aspect of remembering all the time the world to come, the coming world, דהיינו להדבקה מחשבתה בעלמא דעתה, to stick his thought in the world to come, ובכלליות ובפרטיות, it's a general work and a private, specific work. בכלליות, general, כך ראוי להיות מנהג ירא השם. This is supposed to be the minhag.
Custom.
The custom of anyone that thinks about anything spiritual, like Hashem Yitbarach. תכף בבוקר בהקיצור, straight away when he wakes up in the morning, קודם שיתחיל שום דבר, before he starts anything, ייזכר מיד בעלמא, remind yourself, עלמא, the world to come, like we say, מודה אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, רבה אמונתך. I thank you, Hashem, that you gave me back my soul. רבה אמונתך, what does it mean, רבה אמונתך? You believe in me. Yeah, you have a big emunah in me, that I will live my life with the emunah in you. So this is the first thing I think about, מודה אני לפניך, שהחזרת בי נשמתי. Where was the soul when I was sleeping? She was up there in the world to come. She was waiting for me. I'm not the same when I'm sleeping and when I'm awake. So you can say, it's a matter of awareness. When you're asleep, so you're not aware like when you're awake. Yeah. Maybe awake, it comes out from awareness. It's the root belongs to the same root, but it's not the same. You can give all kind of logical explanation to any situation in the world. Yeah, like they want to give an explanation for the when Israel went out of Egypt. Yeah. And the sea was open in front of them. So there was an earthquake. Just on this time there was an earthquake, and the water opened into two, and Israel went in. And just as the Egyptians went in, the water came back. Okay, a good shot, but you missed it a little bit, because even if it was an earthquake,
who did it?
It's a big miracle. That just exactly when Israel needed it was the water open, and when they needed it closed. This is himself, but we can give a logical explanation to everything. These are things that belongs to the heart. The belief belongs to the heart. It's a feeling that I can feel. There's a change. Something changed in me when I'm asleep and when I'm awake. I'm a different man. Yeah? And something happened with my soul. And if I had a dream, I should look at this dream. From where does the dream come from?
It's so interesting. I my little baby the other day was asleep on the sofa, and I'm looking at them, and you can tell there's a difference when they're asleep and when they're awake.
Yeah.
They look angelic. They look,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It's so sweet.
So sweet, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but on the other side, they're so sweet because they don't disturb me.
Right.
And they look nice,
Right.
yeah? But I cannot speak to them.
Right.
I cannot do anything with them.
Right.
So, to look at it, to say thank you. This is the beginning. אחר כך לעשות פרטיות, and then you have to do a specific work. כי כל העולם הזה, okay, now it goes into this. Okay. Because of the wedding, I have a good excuse, to have it's not so short, but it's a little bit shorter than usually because here we have to go into there. But we had two introductions, very important, and the beginning of the work to see the.
I have to figure out. I don't really connect the thing about the cows and the Pharaoh and the cows. That whole part.
No, for sure.
Okay.
We're not connected.
Okay.
No. We'll take time.
Okay.
Take time. I start looking, after I learned this more than once,
Right.
also this Torah, because it's connected to the Rebbi, and there's all the time there's new things and new understanding, but we start, going over. This is what I want to start going over.
No review.
And up to here. All this part I want to go over it, and then
We'll go back.
start again. Yeah, and start connecting things together. Be'ezrat Hashem.
Okay. Mazal tov.
The wedding is Sunday night?
Sunday night. Yeah.
Sunday night. Do you know anybody who from this area that's driving there?
I hope Yetzer will come.
I don't think we're going to.
Why?
Do you think
You pushed it.
it's